cut. Beautiful first take. Beautiful first take.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Darling Things. Today I'm here recording with Cornelius Rosenbaum. Hello.
What's up, lady? How you feeling?
Really good. How are you?
Feeling magnificent. The sun is nice. It's a beautiful day.
Perfect. Me and Cornelius just randomly met on the first Thursday out here in Cape Town. I don't know, like at the back of the gin bar or somewhere?
Yeah, it was the wine bar. It was a wine establishment, I believe.
Yeah.
And it had like a back room where like you could stand out there and smoke or whatever. And I was taking a smoke. You walked by. I was like, "Oh, can I take your portrait?" He was like, "Yeah, of course." It's like, "All right, boom."
Yeah.
Like, the light hit you at a particular angle, and I had my camera, a 35 millimeter Minolta, and I was like, "Yeah, why not shoot?" We shot, and they were like, "Yo,
yeah, let's connect on Instagram,
let's
like
connect
how
on
it usually goes."
Correct.
And I was like, "Hey, Cornelius, like, how are you feeling about like recording the podcast and talking a little bit about like your journey as a producer, your journey country-wise, and everything?"
Yeah, sign me up. What's
Yeah.
up? Let me talk to you.
So you like recently moved to Cape Town, correct?
Yeah, I've been here for a month and a week, and
Wow.
a week and a half, something like
So that's really fresh.
Yeah.
I've been here for 10 weeks already.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Okay. So welcome home. Thank you for having me.
So, and where did you live before that?
I was based in Newark, New Jersey, the East Coast, in the United States of America. And what I specifically came from was Baltimore, Maryland. That's where my parents stay at.
Oh, that's where my grandpa's from.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, I spent some time with my dad and my mom before I came down here. So I left from there.
Nice, lovely. I just like remember when I met you, and we also talked about like, oh, where you from? And you were like, first and foremost,
Yes.
I'm from
Trinidad and Tobago. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Before anything.
Yes, just want to throw this in there.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, man. I grew up Trinidadian. My dad's from Trinidad, and it was just one of those things that allowed me to feel like a piece of like culture as a kid growing up. I think that growing up in America, yeah, the external life was American, but the internal life was a Trinidadian household, so this was totally different than outside.
Mm-hmm.
The way the rules, the regulations, and how things worked here was just a little bit different, but I loved it, and it allowed me to, recognize who I am. You know what I'm saying? Where I come from, what lineage of Carib Indians are from in Trinidad. So yeah, it's a dope spot to be from. It's a dope country. This is where Carnival started. Carnival.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it was like the carnival of the world is from here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think it ties in any way into your journey as an artist? Like your background from Trinidad and Tobago?
I believe it has a little bit. I don't know about artistry, but I think that my rhythm comes from there. You know what I mean? My dance, my love for music. I think growing up when we was listening to the Mighty Spiral or, some of these local artists from Trinidad, like that kind of showed me how to like, oh, okay, we get a little groove, you know what I mean? And then obviously fell in love with some of the American artists as well. Luther, Teddy Pendergrass, Whitney Houston, the whole like just African American in America music. You know what I mean? Kind of just on that shape. But as far as artistry goes, I think for me the artistry really came into play. It trickled in college. I tried to choose photography as my minor, and they didn't have a full-on minor as photography, so I had to take journalism. That's how I was able to take the photography class. So the first set of art that I picked up was photography, and that was my freshman year in college. So what was that? 2006. So that was my second year. So 2007. 2007 was the first time.
Oh wow!
I picked up any camera, did anything with art. No, I can't say with art. That's just with the art that I do now. When I was in middle school at art class and stuff like that, and I drew a picture of my mom, which was really nice. And then I was really good with my hands. I still have all of the things that I made in woodshop. at my dad's house. So I have a full-on table. I have a coat rack. I have some like 3-drawer dresser things, like small handheld ones you can put jewelry and stuff in.
Yeah, lovely.
But, like,
I love
hid
any
in
like physical craft.
Yeah. Like I was making goods. That was
Yeah.
one of the things that I was really good at growing up. That's crazy. Now I'm telling you that. I'm like, yeah. So when did you start art? I'm like, no, I started 2007. Like, nah, I've been making shit. I've been making shit from the jump, man. I've been making shit from the jump. And even that, sorry, I'm going on a quick tangent. Just that realization of like realizing your artistry. Like you just sat here and asked me that question, and I had to hold that space to go back to figure out when I started doing some type of art. Like, I've been an artist my whole damn life. And here you are questioning whether you're an artist because of societal standards.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll leave
But speaking of like societal standards and your journeys of art history, so right now you're kind of focusing on like directing and producing.
Yep.
But you have also told me that now that you're here in Cape Town, you're also getting into DJing.
Yeah, I've been DJing since I want to say 2012, 13 type of thing. It always been my creative outlet. It's never been a full-on thing. But as the years have progressed, it became a means of income. When I lived abroad in Greece and Amsterdam, that was a stream of income alongside me taking photos and doing different type of video projects and creating myself as an artist. Like, it served a major role in my life. Like, I love music with a deep passion. Like, I'm one of those people where I don't care about no money. I'm trying to rock the crowd. I want to give that energy. I want to. What is that? Okay, body start moving. You don't know why it's moving. You never heard this. Those moments is what I live for when it comes to DJing. You know, so we could talk about that all day. I love music. You know what I mean? I love to spin. But DJing, street photographer before anything. Like, that was like I said, when I first picked up that camera, we had a 35mm Canon, and we had a couple rolls to go shoot, and we had to develop them and go throughout that whole process. I was like, oh, this is fire. Like, dark room, learning how to unwind the film and then put it in an enlarger, print it out. Like, that was a dope, like, tangible idea to execution in my head, you know? So, but street photographer, DJ, director, award-winning DP.
Congrats.
Yes, thank you. And I also love to cook. I'm a really damn good cook. Like I hold space for cooking. Like, people come and eat my food, type of thing. Yeah. So, yeah. If I could do anything in the world though, like profession-wise, it would just be DJing and cooking.
Yeah.
That's it, full time. Like, I would build like that type of experience out where it's like.
But yet you have decided to focus on producing, right? Because like 10 years ago you founded House of Baum, your own production company.
Yep.
So if you say from like a creative point of view, you would choose DJing over production, what has led you to do so?
I think as a multidisciplinary artist, the challenge sometimes is picking and choosing what artistry has delight. So for me, in my years up until this point, it's only been filmmaking and photography. I'm an artist. Like, I just remembered I did stuff in woodshop. Like, what does me doing stuff in woodshop look like now? What does me painting look like now? What does me, sculpting or whatever? Like, what is that? What are those artistries? What about those? So I think trying those and knowing where my soul and my spirit lie, I think that for me in my mind would be a little less taxing than filmmaking. But in the same breath, like, I would never not do filmmaking because I'm a bona fide storyteller. So I'm telling us, like, I think as an artist, as a multidisciplinary artist, me specifically, I would like to just be called a storyteller. And this is the mediums that I tell my stories through. So the DJing, the documentaries, part of the reason why I even moved to Cape Town is for me to create for myself again. The last time I did that was when I lived in Europe, which was almost 9 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, literally tangible artworks that I created. Like, everything else between then and now has been work. You know, so there's an interesting balance that, you know, artists should be aware of when it comes to satisfying your heart's desires, but, you know, keeping the lights on at the same time.
Yeah, I think like making a choice is like a hard one for a lot of people, because there are some people that are just born with like this one passion, but me personally, I also would say like I'm a really multi-passionate person, and then like finding a balance between what your heart desires and what like your bank account and your bills desire, and then like kind of finding a balance on like what pays the bills, but where do I also feel some sense of like creativity in. So I feel like you really found like a great sweet spot there. Like
there's a sweet spot, but to get to that sweet spot, you can't think it through. It's not a thought process that is going to awaken you. You have to jump.
Yeah.
And for me, I've gotten really comfortable and seasoned at the jump. The jump there's no fear for the jump. It's am I fully committed? Because if fully committed, you're going to yield anything that you want because you committed. And that decision, yes, sometimes it's hard, but it's only hard because you've never done it. You know what I mean? But it's not hard. Like life doesn't get easier. You just get better at doing it. So
I feel like for my part, I've just like realized I'm a person with like a lot of worries anyways. So I'm just at a point where I try to not take all my worries as serious. So the jumping becomes easier because I'm like, I'll be worried anyways. Like at this point, I can't take all of my reasons serious because if I'm taking all my worries serious, I'm not moving an inch because my head be making up like all type of worries. So at this point, I'm just like ignoring them. I'm like quitting my job, going to Cape Town, like just spending all this money. Yeah, whatever. Like let me just take that jump because let me see what's up. Let me find out for myself.
Listen, that's it. That's it, man. I took that jump, that same jump. I took that jump the beginning of 2024. I opened up Bomb's production studio. It was our very first production space, and
so like a physical studio, but you started the company 10 years ago.
No, I started the company 10 years ago, but the physical studio we opened up in 2024.
Yeah, like having something physical is always like,
2,700 square feet.
Different responsibility.
We did a bunch of different events, a bunch of different, you know, just community-centric creative safe havens. So midnight masterminds, we catered for the creatives who work overnight from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. We had co-working Fridays. You can come in, free to work inside of the space. I'm in the kitchen cooking up sandwiches, breakfast menu, lunch menu, and you just got to buy something to eat. Boom. Mental health day for the guys. We used the photo studio, we used the video studio. It was an awesome experience.
I love that. Like I really am a big fan of like, what would you call like interdisciplinary events. I feel like interdisciplinary is not exactly the correct word.
No, exactly. Live music and dinner. You know what I'm saying? Have a variety of things that the creative community needs and could benefit from. You know what I mean? So, but at the same time, if you've never ran a brick and mortar before, like, I don't want to suggest that you do that with just one person. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of work. You know what I mean? And we ended up closing the studio at the top of last year. No, what are we in? The top of this year. February. February we closed the studio. You know what I mean? And it was bittersweet, man. It was bittersweet because it was fun to do it. It was a great opportunity for me to get ideas out of my brain. But at the same time, it's like I manifested a creative idea, but then the managing of that creative idea took away the actual creativity. Because you had to do the work. I didn't have time to create, you know what I mean? But it was great to hold that creation for the community. And so after that, that's where the beginning of maybe around February, March, I started thinking, okay, cool, what's the next big thing? What's the next big jump? I mean, I just closed the studio, I'm a little bit in debt, but at the same time, like, I still got work coming in. So I did some of my best work.
Still waking up, breathing.
Still working on breathing. I did some of my best work in that time.
Yeah, I think that's like a great anecdote because opening up like a physical studio probably was like really a little jump, like lots of like fears around like regarding money, if it's how it's gonna work out. And I feel like a lot of people probably like stopped there, and just like hearing from another person, I did that, I enjoyed it, I still closed it down, and still you would probably say like you still benefited from that experience.
110%.
Like you don't look at it back like, damn, if I would have known that, I wouldn't have never opened that.
Nah, it worked out, man. If I would have thought all the things that you needed to think, you thought you needed to think, you wouldn't have done nothing. We did it off of like, oh nah, I'm doing this. I put together the pitch deck to get the money, got the money from the bank, funded this, blah blah blah, pulled it in, did a pitch to my friends and family to help fundraise so I can, you know, get the spot, and I got the spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I think there are really just like a really few situations in life where you actually, or if like any, where you can change your point of view on it to have a good takeaway from it. Because you could also look from like a money-wise perspective, and yes, from a money-wise perspective, if you now have like a little bit of debt, that wasn't beneficial doing, but you gain like experience, event management, you gained probably like also some context because you met like great people at your events, and like what more, like you name it.
Yeah, everything. How to curate spaces for creatives, you know what I'm saying? How to listen, you know what I mean, to what they want. I mean, I think one of the biggest takeaways from that experience would be fail and fail fast. You know what I'm saying? Keep trying. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna open up another space, and I've definitely learned from that experience and like how it would be this time. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, I did it. And I think that was one of the first times that I did something to that magnitude, and like did something to that magnitude and had to handle adversity. I wouldn't call it failure. It was definitely like a solidified sense of adversity, and you know.
But interesting that you say it. Could you maybe elaborate a little bit on like failing fast? Because I've recently heard that, and I was thinking to myself, I am damn near a professional and like failing slow. Like I'll be doing the most not to actually...
Not to fail.
Yeah, not even like fail, like to not like start enough to see that I will potentially fail at it. Like I will really just like drag it out. Like I told you earlier about like the creative workshops I want to host. Okay. I have the space for like 2 years by now.
Wow, you ain't doing one event yet.
I had like a few like children's birthday parties and stuff like that. Had friends over, hosted stuff like that.
But
it's also my own art studio. So at this point, it's like a small studio. So it's just like a little bit expensive hobby, but I can just like sustain it, and it's just like part of my rentals.
Yeah.
But still, like, so I can't say I've failed because I've not really tried yet.
Yeah, but then at the same time.
So like failing fast to me is really like something I feel like I'm avoiding so much. But you saying that it's important, so that's why I'm saying maybe elaborate on that, because I've heard other people say it, and I feel like that's something I personally really have to learn. Like get into it, fail, and accept the fail, and not just like drag it out so long that you never have to look at you failing.
I think dragging it out makes you look like at a failure longer.
I know, it's horrible. Like, I'm not having a good time.
I still haven't done this. I still like to ride this ride of me not doing what I said I wanted to do. Like,
please say it louder for me. Say it louder for me.
Listen, man, listen. I think it's like one of those like superpowers, because it allows you to build more confidence, because you're not concerned with the outcome. You're more concerned with doing what you want to do. You know what I mean? And especially if it's something creative, like, what's the metric of success? Like, there is no metric of success. The metric of success is you doing it.
Yeah, like, I feel like I've definitely learned that with like coming to Cape Town, because I was like fully aware of the high opportunity and like of like failing to certain but like in certain metrics. So I was like, okay, failing money wise, because I'm not gonna come back with like 10k more than before. You know, so beforehand, before I came here, I was thinking about like, what are the other metrics I myself can make sure I'm not failing or I'm like benefiting from that.
I think we should.
So I'm like willing to take the risk. Yeah, I feel like failing. Let's brainstorm.
Power.
Yeah, let's brainstorm. Like what else we could use for like failing.
I think adversity. I mean,
yeah, maybe
really.
adversity, and also the failing is not like,
Because you're not
it's
actually
not
failing.
to you personally, it's not failing,
No.
but I feel like the
You're
POV we
growing.
are taking here right now is like, we're like from a society point of view, oftentimes like coming out with less money than you had before is failing from.
Yeah, but
Like this right now is about like, sometimes you have to go like inside and think about it. What does it actually mean to you to fail? And then you oftentimes find out like, this wasn't failing to me. You were maybe just like a little bit ashamed to tell other people because their metric, you
And
fed
you
to
know
their
what?
metric. Well, like, who
Correct.
cares?
Society, we should involve society ourselves. Society is not you, and you are not society. You are you. So
Yes,
it's like,
definitely.
I,
But that's like an easy thing to say, and it's like a hard thing to learn.
but it still needs to be said more than the other side needs to be said.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
still have, we hold more space for the light than we do for the dark. We know what the dark is. It's the inevitable part. It's a possible thing, but we're not gonna speak on that because we want it to happen. If you don't want it to happen, then do all you want to do. You know, speak on however you want to speak. But like, nah, like there is no failure in what your pursuit is. It's all right, cool. If you didn't get it right now, it's not for you right now. I mean, it ain't for you forever. Just not right this particular second. Cool. Well, I'm gonna find what is for me because I'm centered with me. I'm not centered about how, where, who, what. Like those things don't put more money in my pocket. They don't bring more happiness to me. It doesn't, you know, get me closer to where I'm trying to go. So, yeah, it's easier said than done, but the done still has to get done.
Yeah.
The done still has to get done, and you are the done. You still have to do for you. Self-preservation. You gotta take care of self before you can do anything else. Yeah. You have to. You can't take care of something else or worry about something else. It's your life.
Yeah. Definitely. Preach. You have lived in a lot of different countries.
Okay.
How do you think this has factored into your risk-taking ability? What are the abilities you gained that are now making you a better risk-taker?
Okay. Huh. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm really bad at like making short
No.
questions.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Take your time.
Yes. So, and how has this risk taking sharpened my tools, or maybe a better producer, or what I've learned from it? I think one of the biggest things I've learned from risk taking.
I was just like talking about risk taking because that's like what we addressed earlier. But if there's like a totally different thing you want to touch on,
Okay.
you don't have to
Okay, I got you.
circle around like the risk.
Got you. Okay. One of the biggest takeaways I can say from just like doing what you want to do, and the benefit of it is like, I think one of the biggest benefits is, and it gives you an immense amount of confidence. It gives you an immense amount of confidence into like believing in yourself and knowing that you can take care of yourself, that you can do what you need to do in order for you to be successful, and whatever your level of success is. You know what I mean? Especially living abroad, I think one of the other things that it has given me or made me better at is being a better human. You get to see and connect with different cultures and ground yourself in each environment that you're in, and ultimately you find out that like we're literally all the same, of one just beings. Like we all wake up and do the same exact things every single day. We try to find some food, try to make a little money, try to do a little bit of happiness, and that's it. It's the same thing across the board. So, you know,
Yeah, it's just like very different circumstances.
yeah, it obviously is very
Yeah.
different circumstances, night and day. You look at those inevitable pieces of life that way, it kind of lessens up the load of like life, because you're not focusing on those things. You know that I'm going to fend for myself. I'm going to take care of myself. So since I don't have to focus or worry on those things, that allows room for me to believe in myself.
Just like recognizing how much you have of it and like appreciating it is also like an important part of not being ignorant about your privilege.
If you've never left your environment, then I think that mindset is where it stems from. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have a thought process to think of others because there's no others. I'm just thinking of these people that are currently here.
Okay, but I would say like, of course, gratitude doesn't come from traveling. It's like just like one way
It can
to
come.
obtain gratitude.
It can
like
come
you
from
could
it.
live like a really tough life all your life
Yeah.
and still be like really grateful.
Correct,
like
correct,
oftentimes
correct.
maybe even more grateful than a person that pretty much has like
Uh-huh.
everything. And what I personally really take from it is like a better appreciation of like the freedom of choice one of us has, and therefore I feel like I can like make better and greater choices for my own life because I just realized the amount of security, for example, I already have. So circling back to the whole risk
Got you,
thing,
got you,
I'm
got you,
like,
got you, got you.
when I'm at home, I'm like, oh, can I do this and that? Because then I'm like spending money. But taking the risk and like being grateful for what I have just makes me realize I actually have like all the freedom in the world, because it just makes me realize how much I already have, how much gifted I am in so many ways. And therefore, I realize the freedom I have and can make like greater and bigger choices for myself. I know this was a little bit like
No, I see where you're going.
all over the place.
I think to sum it up, or to even actually make a statement towards it now that I
Yes,
understand
please.
where you're coming from. The reason why I said getting outside attaches it to gratitude is because society has taken away the power of choice. We all have a choice at the end of the day, no matter where we're coming from, no matter what the circumstance is, you still have a choice. Like, I would go, no, I'm not going to go that far. But
Yeah, please don't go that far. 'Cause
No.
I always feel like it's a really
because
hard statement to make. Because yes, we all have a choice, but some people just have like really shitty choices.
they have shitty choices. But within those shitty choices, you still have you, and you still have your choice. That's the part that you forget about because of the external circumstances. When we're talking internally, though, we can't negate that. Now, sometimes we can negate that because of how severe the externals are, but that doesn't mean that you still don't have an internal choice.
And also, sorry, just real quick, let me address the listener here real quick. Because please don't take this like out of context.
No.
Like obviously we are making the podcast for like people that are like in somewhat similar life situations as we are. So don't take it out of context to like a life situation that of course does not in any way or form like compare, because then you can, I feel like sometimes it's hard to make a statement if you're trying to make a statement for like
Everybody's,
person.
yes,
like
correct,
that's
correct,
not really
correct.
possible.
No,
so
we're
don't
not.
take it out of context and be like,
No.
oh, but this person doesn't have the, yes,
Even
but we are talking about like in this creative realm of like people in this industry, and they oftentimes have like way more choices and freedom
Correct.
than one of us would like
Correct.
to admit.
yeah, you still have a choice because it's your life. Yes, it's still because it's your life. You have that, and it's like, how do we get back to that? How do we get back to pulling it back in to where it's like anybody in any circumstance can make a choice to put themselves in a different circumstance. That's why, you know, in America we have this thing where it's like pull yourself up by the bootstraps, and you know they push this ideology of like, oh yeah, you can do it, and stop blaming, you know, everybody else for, you know, whatever has happened to you. It's not a, for me, it's not a stop blaming. It's like, don't forget how we got here. Let's not forget. So sometimes within that not forgetting, I still need a helping hand. You feel me? But I still have to make a choice to either seek out that helping hand, pursue that helping hand, and excel. This choice still has to get made. But sometimes you can't see that if you never left. If you never left this environment, you can't see no other choices.
I would say it boils down
Not
to
and not necessarily traveling, just left.
yeah.
Like your mind is never left. Your body is never left. This environment is conditioned for you to stay here, be here, think here, feel here, grow here, die here. Like, no. You're not meant to be born and dying in the same exact spot. Like, you're meant to be wherever being is, but you have to be in totality. It's your duty as a human to be.
I feel like it boils down to gratitude enables freedom of choice, at least in a life that has like somewhat similar circumstances we do have, because we do have like all the resources, and all the resources doesn't always mean like thousands in the bank account.
No.
But like we do have like all the resources. So if we grateful for what we have, I feel like we are better at like freely choosing what we want. Because I feel like oftentimes we underestimate how much freedom of choice we have in the position we are in.
Correct.
And I feel like it's a good thing appreciating that and then acting on it.
Correct. I think, and I empathize with that, because going back to me not creating for myself and not thinking of myself as an artist, and it's like in that very moment earlier in our conversation, it kind of like forced me to have gratitude for myself and grace for myself. It was like you are who you think you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have done these things. Stop thinking like you need to get to a particular place or a particular space in life to actually become. Like, you're not becoming, you already became. Now you're being or thriving within that, or now you are, ascending within that. Because, like I mentioned earlier, I'm excited about creating on this continent, but I'm excited about being inspired to create again. And that for me is part of like getting outside, because one of the reasons that me ended up here, I did my astrocartography. Do you know what that is? Astrocartography is a chart that uses your birth chart, where you were born, what time, all of this, and
your
then
lifeline goes through here.
It spits out where you're supposed to be on the planet based off of your energy. Where you're going to thrive at based off of your chart. I didn't know the
name, but like my aunt told me about it before, that like her lifeline or sunline or something is like going through Ghana and Portugal. Yeah,
so what I did was I take that image, it spits out the map and it has all of the lines on it, and I put that image in chat and say, chat, tell me the top 3 places I'm supposed to live, avoid, and visit. And Cape Town was my number 2. And Bali was my number 1. And London was 3. And it was like, all right, cool. And I already wanted to go to Cape Town. So, boom, that was the first one. The second one was...
I'll be mad if that's not going to tell me that Cologne, my hometown, is my place to be. Because I know it in my heart, that's my place to be.
I even asked about, like, me staying in Newark. Like, how would that, based off of my chart? It was like, yeah, you could thrive there because, you're from there and it works that way. It's a creative hub. But at the same time, you're going to need to be inspired. You're going to need to get to a mountain. You're going to need to get out to the water. And I already knew these things. So those things kind of just solidify it. And the second thing, when I was in my mom's stomach, my dad and her and the rest of the gang went to go celebrate Nelson Mandela's birthday in Battery City Park in New York. After they finished having a day, he said this baby is going to be named Mandela. He didn't know what the baby was, because they didn't know she was having a boy or girl. Between that time and when I was born, him and my mom had a falling out. I was born, she named me Cornelius Kyle Rosenbaum. He found out and was like, nah, I have a son named Mandela. So to this day, both sides of my family only call me Mandela.
Oh.
Nobody calls me Cornelius.
Oh, funny but silly.
You know what I mean? So that's the second piece of like, all right, cool, I'm aligned with this place. Got to come back and see my boy. You know what I'm saying? Pull up, you feel me? And then the third was just like, it just opened up for me to go again. Like what that next big thing was after closing down the studio and figuring out like, all right, cool. I did some of my best work in that time until now. Shout out to PwC, one of my nonprofit clients. And what was the other one? HSNY, Housing Solutions of New York. And PwC was partnerships with children. So 2 nonprofits that we did some amazing work. One was a 3-part Dark series, and the other one was a second part in their chapter of like showcasing their impact. You know what I mean? Like a 7-minute spot that we did for them. But yeah, it was like, all right, cool, that's done, and we're here, man. So yeah, shout out to Cape Town for allowing the creativity to blossom and thrive. Guys, I wish you could see where we're standing right now. We're literally on this beautiful street. The sun is beaming down. We have this beautiful orange home to us. The breeze is nice, cascading through the leaves. Got a little ruffle on the floor with some leaves. That's perfect.
So Cornelius, I thank you very much for your time today.
Yes, ma'am.
To a listener, I hope the sound quality is okay, because we had to walk around town today. You know, town isn't quiet, okay? I'm really sorry about that.
Yeah.
Oh, but sorry, one last question.
Yeah.
At the end of the podcast, I always have this question about your darling thing, hence the name of the
Darling
podcast.
thing, okay.
It has 3 rules. It can't be for self-improvement. It can't be about making money. It can't be about your job. It just has to be something that purely brings you joy without any other motives.
Music?
What type of music?
Music that makes you dance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Any artists you have recently listened to? Who should we tune into after this podcast, huh? Let us know.
Let me see.
Let the people know.
So I just came back from Joe Berg, so I got a lot of new music. I don't know these artists. I know this song. I wouldn't have an artist because I don't know these people, but I mean, I have Offshore and Cohen, Nyameke Junction, a song called Too Many Bags, which is amazing. DJ Javeni, I may be butchering it, Jaivane. They have a song called Lutho, Lutho. It's pretty dope.
Thank you. I will check it out.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking some time and talking with me about all these topics.
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate you for holding this type of space. Can I leave you and the listeners with just a little
Please.
life note? Trust yourself. Trust yourself more than you think you should. You are an amazing creative. You come from a creator of some sort, so you're innately creative. You are sought after. You are amazing. You are creative beyond your wildest imaginations. Continue to grow, continue to learn, continue to hold yourself and care for yourself and love upon yourself. It's self-preservation. You take care of self so you can take care of others. Baseline, make yourself happy, feed yourself, you know what I mean? And really pour into you, you know what I mean? Utilize the talents that you have given. You don't need anything more than what you currently have. Everything you have is everything that you need to get to where you're going. And most of the times, everything that you're seeking are on the other side of the stories that you are waiting to tell. So tell those stories.
Amen. That
Yes,
made me
ma'am.
want to close my eyes and fold my hands.
That's it.
That was really nice.
That's it.
Thank you so much. I will leave your socials, your website in the
Yeah.
info box. Please check out Cornelius and House of Balm.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
Tune in next week again. Bye.
Ciao.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.